creativity in Clemson's offense. And not just the offense, but like the last couple years, like the LSU game, you got two receivers that do the same thing. Now this year is even worse. You got 5 or 6 that do the same thing. There's no Tavis Scott. There's no Ray McLeod. There's no Tyler Winfro. There's no Ray McLeod or Rogers. There's nobody to say, let me give you a different type of pattern. Everything seems like it's long or up the sideline. I couldn't understand. I said this to Jason. I said, I can't understand why they would want Ross to play the slot position, and he's coming out a spine injury because he's going to take a lot of shots playing up there. And he's not a quick twitch guy. I can't pronounce the guy's name, but he was out of Florida. Stovall. He was, I think, one of the best slot receivers coming coming out of high school. Now, I know there's an adjustment, and I don't know if he was there for early enrollment. But I was like, I wonder why they won't play this guy. And I can't understand why Clemson keep putting a tight end on the field with 3 receivers. And he's not doing anything. He's running a regular route. So why can't you put 4 receivers on the field? I mean, he's not blocking nobody. He's running a route. So I couldn't understand that, man. And me and Jason always tells me, Tony Elliott's a smart guy. And I no doubt, I mean, he makes way more money than I would ever make in my lifetime. And I'm sure he's a great guy. But, I mean, you could just see it. Like, this offense just doesn't work. I don't understand why they didn't go back and, like, no, Chad Morrissey, you won't be calling plays, but he come back and help us with our offense. You're the creator of this offense. And I know Chad Morrissey got Clemson in a lot of trouble by with the type of tempo that he ran, but he's not the one calling the plays. So I don't understand why they didn't ask him to come back. And they could have, I don't know. But I just think Chad Morrissey could have helped us out a little bit. I don't know, man. We still got a chance to win the ACC with Miami beating NC State today. Clemson just has to win out, which is going to be very hard because we ain't doing too good of a job of winning. Either we have a winning record, and I'm not going to say the schedule gets easier, but if NC State loses to Wake Forest and Carolina, that will help Clemson out because they still got to play Wake Forest, and Carolina got to beat Wake Forest also. So pretty much UNC got our fate in the hand unless Duke could pull off a major upset, which they had a bye this week. I haven't seen Duke play this year, but them and Wake Forest usually play some interesting games. So unless somebody else can knock one of those teams off, that's the only way Clemson is getting in if UNC shows up and beats Wake Forest for us. Wake Forest and NC State. That's the only way we're going to make it to the ACC championship game.
So my only thought, DeAndre, about your wide receiver play is that, of course, as we talked about last week, Joseph Nagata missed the game, and we've talked in recent weeks that he was the one guy that emerged as a reliable downfield threat. So you were missing him, and I think there were other wide receiver injuries, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you were the
Frank Ladson.
Williams.
Yeah, so you had a lot of guys out.
Williams.
But when you say that there aren't the right type of receivers or they're not being utilized the right way, is that also a recruiting thing when you mentioned some of those quick twitch slot guys that you've had in the past in terms of trying to recruit different styles and types of wide receivers?
Well, I don't know. I don't know Clemson because I think we have the most wide receivers playing in the field currently right now. I don't know if they just got the big head and said, well, we're not going to go, we're going to recruit these big jump ball guys. Maybe that's what they were thinking, and then they were going to run the ball, force guys to play cover two. I don't know. I just, everybody keeps saying, well, why did DJ have such a great game against Notre Dame last year, right? I said, maybe because DJ was playing with Cornell Powell, who had been there for 5 years. He was playing with Etienne, and he was playing with Rogers. Rogers having a good year. I think he's with the Packers. Last time I checked, he's having a pretty good year. He gets a lot of run out there. We all know what Travis Etienne did. Maybe that's why he was more successful. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. I don't know how Shipley missed that ball when we was up 7-0 and he was wide open. But these guys are just not playing for him, not doing what they're supposed to do to help DJ out. Don't get me wrong. I know DJ is missing a lot of balls, but, I mean, that was a given with Shipley. He had to catch that one. I mean, I just don't know what we're doing wrong over there. I don't know why we stopped running the ball, too, because it seemed like we were getting a lot of runs against these guys. But I don't know, Mark. But it's hard to say. You know, I'm going to look at the game tonight. But, I mean, I also question why is Skalski and Spector, why are they always getting these personal fouls for helmet to helmet? I mean, they've been playing in the program for 6 years. I mean, at least 5. I know at least Skalski been there for 6. But I'm like, dude, like, stop hitting people with your helmet. And then Moscow, you know, I don't know if the guy said something wrong to him and he just snapped on the guy. But, I mean, they were still down 10 points. But, you know, they had stopped them. I never seen Brentable's defense play so undisciplined like they have played this year. And this is supposed to be a senior-led group. And I know we're missing Breezy, and Tyler Davis came back today, and Tyler Davis wasn't as effective as you thought he would be. But, I mean, I didn't see much pressure on Pickens like we did. And he got his revenge. I mean, because Clemson done mollywopped him the last 2 times before this game, and they actually destroyed him, and he played well today. But Clemson helped Pitt beat them. And Pitt won the game, but Clemson helped Pitt beat them. And I could not understand, like, where was the free safety when a linebacker was guarding a slot receiver? I mean, I couldn't understand that. He ran right past Britt Carter. I know Britt Carter's supposed to be the next Simmons. You still got to give him help. Simmons wouldn't have caught that guy. Now, Simmons been burnt like that before. So I couldn't figure out was Andre McCosco, or whatever his name is, the guy for Texas, the freshman. Maybe he was just out of position, but I mean, we got exposed on the long balls, and like I said, go back to LSU. LSU did the exact same thing, what you saw Pitt, isolate the safeties in space. Now, who gets beat? Like he should have got beaten in that Ohio State game when we made that big comeback against y'all. Turner. Why is this guy on the field, man? Don't get me wrong, he's a great leader, but he's not a great athlete. And you saw him get burned again today in the corner. So, I mean, maybe they don't have nobody else out there, but, I mean, you can't tell me he's the best player that you got, and you don't have 4 and 5 star guys back there. I mean, I understand you trying to help him out because he was friends with your teammate, but I just don't understand. Sometimes I just think Dabo plays favorites. Because there's a bunch of guys out there that I think I know they don't have the experience of Skalski and Spector, but they're better athletes. And I just understand why they still out there. I mean, sometimes I just don't get it. Because Patterson and Bentley put on a show when he was playing. Maybe he hurt. I don't know, but I just can't understand why these guys are not getting in the game over these 2 guys who's going to be gone next year. But no, they need more experience out there. Your season, it ain't over, but I just think you need to play. Let them play.